Good afternoon. This is Tom Berry, the Texas apartment buyer, and we're going to be doing a few videos over the next couple of days on my tips, my secret to success tips. And I'm going to start today with tip number one, which is don't buy real estate, build wealth. Now let me explain what I mean by that. When I got into real estate 5 years ago, I did not get into this game to buy houses or to buy apartment complexes or to flip a house. I got into it with a very clear goal in mind, and that goal was to build a certain amount of wealth or net worth over the next 5 years. And I think that that was one of the biggest reasons that Melissa and I achieved our goals, because we knew what those goals were when we originally started in this business. Now, let's talk a little bit about wealth for a minute, because a lot of people are uncomfortable with that word. It might seem greedy or materialistic to some people. To me, wealth just means freedom. That's really all it means to me. It doesn't mean numbers on a checkbook or a bank account or a financial statement. What it means is freedom. And freedom in a lot of ways. First of all, freedom of time. You know, it is very nice when Melissa is watching TV and she finds something on TV, a place that we've never been. It looks really nice, and she says, boy, we ought to go there sometime. And it's nice for us to be able to say, you know what, we should book that sometime this year and actually do it. If you build wealth, you have the opportunity to do those things for two reasons. First of all, we don't have to ask permission from anybody to take time off. Over the Christmas holiday, we took 10 days off. We didn't have to ask permission for that because we have the freedom of our time. The second thing is the freedom of income. If you build wealth, you have the money and the means to be able to do things that you wouldn't ordinarily do if you haven't built your wealth. So freedom for me is the biggest reason that I want to, and I want everybody else out there to think about building wealth for themselves. You know, wealth also gives you a few other options. If you build a business that is building your wealth, that's something that you can pass on. You could pass it on to a charity. You could pass it on to somebody that you're mentoring. You could pass it on to your children if you chose. It's something that can be sold. It's something that you could live on the rest of your life and then pass it on. So it gives you, again, more options. It gives you freedom of choice. I like wealth over income. Now, obviously, we have to have income to eat. We have to have income to pay our bills and do the necessities. But, you know, the problem with income, there's two problems. First of all, it's taxed. And wealth is typically not. And then the other problem with income is it's spent. The beauty with wealth is it comes in large chunks typically. Now, there are a couple of ways to accumulate wealth. One is through accumulation, and the other through appreciation. Now, appreciation can be broken down into two segments. There could be natural appreciation or forced appreciation, but let's look at the three. Accumulation is real simple. I buy an apartment complex that's worth $1 million, and we buy it for $700,000. Of course, we never put our own money in our deals, so we borrow $700,000, we buy $1 million apartment complex, and I have just raised my net worth by $300,000. That's called accumulating net worth. We've accumulated, just by the transaction that we did, a $300,000 increase to our net worth. Now, appreciation is nice too, because after you've accumulated a few of these deals, whether it's houses, apartments, mobile home parks, whatever your thing is, those things are typically going to increase in value naturally through appreciation. No fault of your own, you're increasing your net worth through natural appreciation. Now, we could also talk about forced appreciation, which is buying a distressed asset and fixing it up, cleaning it up, leasing it up, changing the management, whatever it may be, and increasing the value through forcing that value up. In other words, increasing your income on that property. So accumulating wealth or appreciating wealth are both going to be part of, I would hope, everybody's plan to build your net worth. The next video I'm going to do is on teaching you how to teach yourself what you want out of life. Interesting topic. I think you're going to enjoy it. So stay tuned, and I'll see you on the next video.